I'm Dylan, and today I'm going to try and answer the question of why retro fashion is so popular. Fashion has been a massive part of culture for about 100 years, and people have formed whole subcultures over it, like punks, goths, and skinheads.
I like punk from the 70s is my favourite. It heavily influences this shop. And I would say my favourite period from the past for vintage clothes would be 1950s. So very, very glamorous. I just love the way they're made.
And in today's modern world, fashion designers are looking back to look forward.
I think it's popular because people that may not have been part of that era like to borrow from that era. And say, me for instance, I may never have been to a Nirvana concert, but I may find their t-shirts interesting. Not that I personally wear one, but I can see what other people would find the appeal in the culture that they were never part of, than want to be part of.
Our clothes mainly specialise in sort of 60s inspired clothing. We've been here for 4 years, so yeah, that's what we do.
And where do you get some of your stock from?
A lot of it comes from America, the clothes. All of the albums, I've got somebody who buys those for me, who goes out like on the hunt. Or people might bring a collection here for me to buy. Or indeed with clothes, they'll say, can you sell this for me?
Over the past few weeks, I've interviewed some friends and been to some vintage shops to find out about my topic.
Our stock comes from a few places, mainly around London. We use various different makes. Merck is one of our good sellers. That comes from London, which is a 1967 shop. They've been going all that time. That's a good seller for us. We do Loke shoes, which come from Northampton. We also do Warrior, Pop.
I've found out some things, like the shop In With The In Crowd in Fareham get their stock from shops like Merck and Loke. These are all London-based companies. But on the other hand, I found out that the shop Dress Code in Southsea gets a lot of their stock from wholesalers, estate sales.
Favourite trends and styles, I suppose. Stay pressed trousers are always great because they're a trouser that you wash, you don't have to press it. That's a good, and it's a choice of so many different colours and styles in those. The Harrington, which designed in 1938, is probably a great jacket.
Fashion is always changing, but some of these styles, like denim jackets, Harringtons and Parkers, have stayed well through the decade.
Older fashion, right. Well, I think it's a style that's stayed with us.
These fashions and styles were so popular that they've made a comeback. Young people can see the appeal of taking from older fashion because they were never part of it and they would like to replicate it. I also found out that people wear older fashion because it's cheap to buy and it's all the rage. Something someone else said was that it's popular because they like that fashion from an era that they weren't part of. Why do you think older fashion is so popular today?
I think it's always been fairly popular, but I think it's getting more popular because of austerity, really. I think people don't have so much money to spend, and vintage fashion can be really reasonable. And I also think like grunge is in at the moment and a very low-key look. And that again, it's not sort of fashionable to show off that you have money.
People like to replicate fashion from their favourite bands, artists and icons. Young people also like these styles because they were copying what their parents used to wear back in the day. And as they say, what goes around comes around in fashion terms.